440,000 homes remain unsold across cities at the end of 2017. That's according to a recent survey by JLL. Of these, Delhi National Capital Region has the highest volume at over 1.5 lakh units. Kolkata had the lowest. So what's keeping the real estate market subdued? Are we likely to see a pickup in 2018? Ashutosh Limaye, Head of Research at JLL India, now joins us on this conversation. Ashutosh, thank you so much for joining in. What's the breakup? Can you take us through some of these numbers? How many unsold homes? How many of them are in a ready-to-move-in category? How many of them are under construction?
The unsold inventory also includes inventory which is under construction. So from that perspective, while the total number is about 440,000 units across top 7 cities, less than 10% of that is actually ready to move in apartments. What it means is if you want to buy and move in immediately, the choice is pretty limited. Having said that, the 3 larger markets, NCR, Mumbai and Bangalore, have a fairly large number of unsold units. Apart from Bangalore, where it's about 10% of about 70,000 unsold units which are completed and lying vacant, Mumbai and NCR, the percentage is less than 5%. So what it means is buyers are out there in the market. There is enough demand. The only observation the developers must note is buyers don't want to take any construction risk or delay risk. So they are buying towards the end of the completion of the project. So the message there for developers is there is enough demand, don't worry about it, but please do not delay your construction. Keep constructing. You will find buyers towards the end and they are willing to pay a premium for that as well. Okay. Overall, while the 440,000 number looks big, the situation is not as bad as the number portrays.
Okay. Ashutosh, if I can just push that point about the inference that you're making on demand, what is the evidence on the ground that you're seeing to say the demand is picking up? And specifically, each of these markets have their own sort of factors of why things work, locally, demand, price, and so on. Is there any evidence to prove that the demand is actually picking up?
Yes, in fact, the quarter that ended with 31st December 2017 date, we did see a rising figure for actual sales. And that was true particularly for the state of Maharashtra, where Mumbai and Pune, 2 large markets, are part of. So in actual numbers, the sales have improved in last 3 months. Also, the new launches have improved in last 3 months. It's a very good sign because when new launches increase, that means that developers have started regaining faith about the market. When sales increase, it then reflects into new launch increase as well, and that's what we have seen happening. See, affordability has improved. The interest rates have remained reasonable, but for last few days, announcement from the banks that the deposit rates have been increased. Months prior to that, the rates have remained really competitive, and developers are indeed concentrating on completion of work at hand. So that is actually helping the buyers to feel more confident about buying. And RERA, the states that have implemented RERA well, and I mean Maharashtra by that very prominently, there is a sense of greater protection and greater empowerment in buyers' mind. With that kind of strength, they are coming out and indeed buying.
Last 2 questions. When you in your conversation with the developers, how do you see construction activity taking place? Is the last mile being done at a frenzied pace? Is it tepid?
Actually, what has happened is there is a very clear distinction between 2 categories of developers. Developers who have read the market signals well and who have organized capital for the construction expenditure, their projects are doing pretty well. All those projects where construction is a regular activity, are meeting the buyers' expectations and sales are happening. Whereas the other category of developers who simply relied on buyers' money to complete the construction, they are facing problems and sales there are not really happening. So they are now trying to do joint ventures or development management agreements with some of the bigger names and reputed names who will lend capital as well as name to the projects, and they hope that once the construction activity starts happening again, towards the end they would be able to buy and sell, and the buyers will come back to those projects. By and large, developers have understood the importance of staying transparent with the buying community and demonstrating that construction activity will not suffer. At the same time, we are seeing consolidation, where developers who are not serious enough about project completions on time, they are exiting the market. Some of them are lucky to find buyers. Some others are not as lucky, and their projects are stuck. And unfortunately, some buyers are also stuck who have bought in those projects.
Okay, very quickly, what about prices? Stable or moving northward?
Prices will stay stable. There are cities and micro markets within certain cities where it will inch northwards, but very closely linked with inflation rates. So no price rise expectation for the next 1 year. By and large, stable, little bit up related to inflation.
Ashutosh, we leave it there. Thank you so much indeed for joining us.